Shalom, Kol Holo, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Bahashem HaKakodash, double honor. And Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. The hopeful elect tabernacle of David. I'm Brother Yahshua, back with a WW3 Daily update. And we're just going to check in real quick. All right. With this, Matthew 24 and 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So where are we at? We are here. Okay, so this is Don't Speak News. This guy is pretty good. And he got a strike for about a week, so he's just coming back. Let's watch this quick one. Might watch a little bit of another one just to get up to date. This guy's news, right, is very informative. The rest of it is basically more of the same that everybody else is putting out. So, April 5th, yesterday, war report confirmed. Let's see.
Well, here's some confirmation for all of you in the comments who say that the stories are BS because they can't be confirmed by mainstream.
There you go. Wars and rumors of war. All right.
Here's one of them on mainstream, MSN.com. I don't know. Is that mainstream enough? Lithuania, first EU country to downgrade diplomatic ties with Russia. Lithuania has become the first European Union member state to withdraw their ambassador from Moscow. In tandem, the Lithuanian state has expelled the Russian ambassador from Lithuania. And there you go. Also,
and what does that mean? Okay. First, you get the ambassadors out of there in both countries, and then papers start burning. What are these signs? Okay. What does it mean when the smoke is coming out of the embassy? Okay. Go back and check the record.
overland routes to Kaliningrad, Russia are going to be closed. Here it is from OSNT Defender, from Next to News. Now, if you think you're going to find this kind of news in the mainstream here in the West, well, you have not been paying attention. Do you really expect the mainstream in the West to be truthful with you and on time with the news, right?
What? Wars and rumors of war.
They're always behind the curve. They always tell you when it's too late. You aren't going to find out about World War III from the mainstream until it's already happening, until the nukes are already in the air.
But wait a minute. The men of the Lord, we're telling you, right? It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, okay? And we know how to read the prophecies, if you will, all right? To know when, okay? And no man knoweth the hour. Of course we don't, but we know how to read the signs.
So stop trying to confirm the stories I'm telling you way ahead of time on mainstream and then calling me a bullshit artist. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to get to the truth, no matter what sources I have to jump through in order to get there. But just for confirmation, here's some MSN confirmation for you. Now, this one's not mainstream, but it is what it is. The complete closure of the land borders from Poland and the Baltic states with Russia and Belarus seems to be confirmed. Here's the documents. The real question is, how is this going to affect shipments going to and from Kaliningrad? This will most likely isolate the region from everywhere but the sea. And it will, and that's the point.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Force Russia to punch their way through, because they already cannot fly there because of the sanctions. So, I don't know how much confirmation you guys want. And you know, the comments are the part that I really did not miss about YouTube. So I'm just going to shut them off. God bless, take care. Johnny Storm, don't speak.
All right, there's Johnny Storm. Let's check. This was yesterday, actually. As was this one. Let's see. I think I started to watch it. Let's look into it real quick.
gap that they're cutting off. We have a major.
This one reads World War III update. NATO moves to cut Russia off from Kaliningrad. Russia says that is cause for war. Okay, now, am I just putting up this guy's videos? No, I'm not. I am using his video, yeah. But, okay, I'm doing this as well. All right. This is concerning the previous video when they said they're shutting down the borders, yeah? Well, let's bring that out. Okay. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Hey, the borders are shut down. When you see these things happening, all right, you know that the prophecies are taking place. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Is this not going on in the Ukraine right now? You damn right it is. All right? Johnny Storm ain't doing that. All right? But we're going to let him speak anyway.
This is brewing in the Baltics as NATO is cutting off Kaliningrad from Russia. And here's a map of that gap that they're cutting off here. So here we go. This is yet another bonehead move by NATO to push Russia into World War III. I got this from War News 24/7, and I translated it from Greek with Google for your convenience here on the website.
Now, if you listen closely, he said to push Russia into World War III, meaning this isn't World War III yet. World War III will come when it's officially declared. When you got all these other allied countries, if you will, like China together with Russia, together with Iran, together with North Korea, all fighting together. That's World War. Right? And then you got the other side. Great Britain, Canada, Babylon the Great, right? The small hats. That's World War. Is it here yet? We see it coming.
So here we go. A major crisis erupts between Russia and NATO, focusing on the Russian enclave of Kaliningrad in the Baltic. So what we have here is Poland, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia have decided to close their land borders with Russia and Belarus.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. They got blockades on the main roads in and out of those countries. The papers, please. You can't go. Turn around. And that's what the scriptures are saying. When you see these things, then you know that the prophecies are taking place. All right? The prophecy is coming to pass. This is how we know how close we are to the end.
Now, this event completely isolates and cuts off the Russian enclave of Kaliningrad, with Russia as the direct Russia-Kaliningrad air connection has already been interrupted due to sanctions. Now, this move is declared a cause of war for Russia, something that's been repeated many times. In fact, the commander of the Lithuanian army, this Lieutenant General Rufus, he hastened to warn Moscow, saying that there was a joint defense plan to defend the Suwalki corridor leading to Kaliningrad. So now the Russian enclave of Kaliningrad is under siege. The Minister of Infrastructure of Ukraine noted that Poland, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia will completely close the land corridors with Russia and Belarus in the next 48 to 72 hours, thus completely isolating Moscow. Last week, we formally called for the closure of motorways with Russia and Belarus. They responded to our appeal, and we are waiting for the final result. That's according to the Ukrainian minister. Now, it should be noted that after the war in Ukraine, the European Union closed its airspace to Russian aircraft. Therefore, Russian transport is only carried out by road and rail. And so if they close this, they'll be completely cut off from Moscow. So now Moscow is warning them, hey, this is the cause for war here. Lithuania's decision to close the border with Belarus may end with the violent construction of a corridor to Kaliningrad. In other words, they're just going to force their way through. In any case, any transfer to and from Russia via Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia will be excluded. Lithuania's decision to close its border with Belarus will call into question communications between mainland Russia and Kaliningrad.
All right, so we'll stop it right there. If you want to watch the rest of this, go to Don't Speak News. All right, World War III update. What is it? Yesterday, it's the 5th. All right, NATO moves to cut Russia off from Kaliningrad. All right. So as we can see, this thing is escalating. It's not going nowhere. It's not tapering off, if you will, like they want you to believe. All right, so let's get out of here. That's enough for today. This is Revelation 11. All right, and we all know how this is going to play out. Well, we don't all know, but that's why we're here, to point it out. Revelation 11 and 14, the second woe, which is talking about World War II, is past. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. World War III is coming quickly. How is it going to end? In the same hour was there a great earthquake. This is talking about them nuclear missiles. And the 10th part of the city fell. Let's talk about North America, all 10 FEMA regions. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. Everybody in America, right? If you're still on the ground, when the missiles hit, you're going to die. What you want to be? You want to be in the air, right? And the remnant were affrighted. Who's the remnant? And gave glory to the power of heaven. All right. Here's where you want to be. So you don't get burned up. All right. Here's where you want to be. 1 Thessalonians 4 and 17. Then we, which are alive and remain, shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. You want to be in the air. Why? Because the nukes are going to burn your ass up. And so shall we ever be with the Lord. Okay. Go back real quick. Okay. What happens right before the great earthquake? There's the great earthquake right there. Let's read one up. It's going to say the same thing as Thessalonians. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither in the air. And they ascended up to heaven. Where's heaven? In the air. In a cloud. Where are the clouds? They're in the air. And their enemies beheld them. All right. That's where you want to be when those nukes go off. All right, so with that, we hope that the elect were edified, you brothers and few sisters. And with that, we can say shalom.